Hey everybody, Andy Waddell with Form Films, and welcome to Grade in 10, where I'm going to walk you through my process to grade a shot in about 10 minutes. Today, it's our office worker in her cubicle on a white cyc, unpacking a plant from a box, and she's about to find out her new job is not all it's cracked up to be. Definitely want to go to formfilms.com and watch this spot. It's really funny. Let's go. All right, here she is, smiling at her plant. How wonderful. Okay, we're going to flip this right out of the gate to color managed. This was shot on the Red Gemini 5K. It already looks amazing because my good friend Matt was the DP and he did a fantastic job. First note up, we're going to drop some denoising on just to tackle a little bit of noise that might exist down there in the depths of the darks. If there is any, it's super tiny. Okay, next up is exposure. I'm going to grab my curves and I'm just going to pull the highlights up. I want to get the top of this, which is basically the white cyc you're seeing. I want to get that up into the 95-ish% range on our exposure. There. I'm also going to lift the shadows, low shadows, just a touch because I want a little more presence and clarity in her hair. Okay, next up, primaries. We are going to do very little with this. It doesn't need much, but we're going to sweep the offset here to the right just to pull a little better balance out of the cyc as our guide. So here's what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm thinking and rolling wheels. I want to bring, let me reset that. Very subtle adjustment. I just want to get the top end of our scopes lining up. Okay, there we go. So off, on, maybe even a little too much. And I want to pull it away from the magenta. Just want the blue, the green, and the red across the top here to be balanced. So off, on, that's already way better. Okay, let's make a quick adjustment node. And all I'm going to do here is grab blue in the shadows, pull those down a little bit. And I'm going to grab the red in the shadows. I just want to kind of balance out the bottom end of my image. More or less. Okay, off, on. Yeah, there you go. You can already see it separating. There was still a little magenta-ness in her, especially in the shirt. We're going to pull that out. It's cleaning up the chair. The gray doesn't have a color kind of hue to it, so it's cleaning that up. Okay, now I'm going to jump in with 3 parallel nodes. We're going to tackle our talent. We're going to start with her skin, followed by her hair, and finally her shirt. Let's grab our 3D offset qualifier. Let's grab her face. Okay, that's pretty darn good. I'm going to clean it up just a touch to kill the bleed into the shirt. I'm liking the way this feels. Also, her skin tone is going to naturally share some hues with this box and the table. Not worried about it. Really don't care. Part of life. And it'll play perfectly well because they're going to come together. So I'm going to grab the color compressor on her skin tone. I just want to bring everything a little tighter to that on the top end. I'm just going to compress the hue a little, compress the saturation. And if I jump down to the vector scope, I'm a little on the left side of this skin tone guide. I'm going to grab my offset, pull it just a little bit to the right. Tighten it up. Okay, now I'm going to unsolar this so we can see what we've got. Oh, I hit bypass by accident. Sorry, I was like, what the heck happened? Okay. Okay, here we go. Off, a little touch of green. On, tightens it up. off her hand. Even the box has a little bit of a green hue to it. Okay, tightens it up. That actually might be a little too much red right there, but easy to solve. Important thing is that I really like her skin tone. Okay, jumping to hair, let's do something similar. I'm gonna sample it. And what I'm really looking, actually, yeah, let me do this a little different. I'm really looking for, I want to get the black in her hair, and I'm trying to crush that a little more and desaturate it a little bit, but I want to leave the curls a little bit intact. Just for kicks, let's see what we've got right in there. So I'm going to unsolo and I'm just going to pull the saturation down to like 20. Oh yeah. So off, on. It's very subtle, really subtle, but it takes the inside of her hair. Well, oh man, it's even grabbing. Okay, it is still kind of affecting the highlights in those curls. Huh, let me do that again. I'm not really happy with that. Might just grab everything a little more. Now, there are other objects in the shot that are going to also have dark tones. Side of the monitor, don't really care. It's going to make sense that it also be affected in the way that I am affecting this. Okay, now I'm going to drop that to about 20% on saturation. I can type and skadoosh. Okay, I actually really like that. So what's happening is you're just seeing this nice desat in her hair, which I think pushes your eye to her face more. And her skin tone in her face is so pretty. I really want to bring that out more, actually. I'm going to come in here and grab my curves, and I'm going to just brighten her skin a little even. Since it's already isolated, it's so easy to do. I can just make her pop a little more like that. Boom. That. Okay, let's leave her skin and hair alone. Let's go to her shirt. Now, shirt, I'm going to throw this node into the Lab CIE color space before I sample. And it's going to sample it with a different methodology, but it's a really fun one to work with. Let me solo that out. My autosave just popped up. I find it super easy to get a nice key with this, and I don't use it all the time, but for certain things I do because I like the way that the curves play. If I could shift this to be a little more orange or a little more magenta, and I'm kind of liking magenta, although we could totally go, ooh, that's awesome. Or yeah, she's wearing a green shirt to work today. Look at that. Okay, let's just make it a little more magenta-y. Digging it. Really digging it. Okay, I'm going to jump to the end. This is a fairly easy grade, so we're not going to have much more time on this one. We're almost to a good point. I'm going to drop my sharpen to about 0.47. In front of that, I'm going to drop a lab node. I'm going to put this node as well in the color space of Lab CIE. I'm going to come back to that in mere moments. Cubicle. I want to grab the blues. Boom. Okay. And I want to just make it bluer. Boom. Off, on. Just brings that cubicle to life. Don't you want to work there? I know you do. No, we all do. Okay, so we've done her face, we've done her hair, we've done her shirt, we've done the cubicle. Let's hit the plant. The plant is kind of a big part of this shot. She's so happy she brought her green, whatever that is, to the office. So let's make her very, very excited about it because it's going to be bright and greeny. So we're going to green it up a little more. And then I'm going to bring up Just make it a little brighter too. Boom, how pretty. Okay, so off, on, look at that. Pops. Now I know why she's looking at it. Pops it off the background a little more. Really like that. Okay, the almost last thing is black and white desat. Because we're on a white cyc, I want to come down here to my luminance versus sat, and I want to make an anchor point here, and I want everything below that anchor point in the luminance to quickly become desaturated, so that the blackest black is full black with no hue. And in the same way, the whites fall off, so that as we get into the brighter part of the shot, i.e. this white cyc, it will be pure white without any tone. So that's what I want to do there. Finally, lab. This is my fun little tool I like to hit a little bit every now and then. I'm just going to roll my shadows down, because that lab color space, if I do this, it's going to tighten up my image even a little bit more. So I'm going to turn it off. There's still just a little bit of just a warmer tone over the whole thing. Turn it on, pop, like that. Now, jumping back to exposure, I'm actually going to bump this up a little bit right there. And then on her skin, I'm going to pump a little more saturation into it. All right. Boom, I'm really liking this. It's looking good. All right, let's walk it through. So we have denoising, which is not doing a whole lot in this one, but I like to put it in there anyway. Exposure, kind of broad brush just to get our scopes where they want to be. Primary, rolling our highlights around, getting them to match a little better. Adjustment, we're playing with our shadows right here. Watch this, off, on, off, on. Cleaning up the color mud down here in the shadows. Okay. Now we hit her skin, off, and then kaboom, on. Look at that. Love the tone in her skin. Fit. Okay. Her hair, boom, making it pop a little bit. Little bit richer, deeper black in her hair, really pushes your eye to her face. And then finally, we're going to make her shirt a little bit of a different tone, and we're going to drop it to 45. Oh, sorry, I can't do that on lab. That's right. Saturation in lab color space works totally different. Forgot about that. And pull it down with the red adjustment, though. There we go. Okay. Next up, cubicle blue. Make that pop. What a fun environment to work. All right, now the plant, kapow. Turn it on. Our black and white desat. It's hard to see on YouTube probably. It's subtle on my Flanders, but it's there. Finally, lab, skadoosh, tighten up the low end. And sharpening to pop every part of this right here on her face and hair. So, wow, digging it. Really digging it. All right, hey, thank you for watching. Give us a follow, leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bells, flip the switches, dial the knobs, do all the things. Keep in touch, and we'll grade another shot next time. Thanks.